Hi, this is my property, and as you can see, the ceiling was renewed by a new sheetrock on it. And my property hit by a tree. Tree fell on my property. As you can see here, the window is broken still. We're going to fix it. If you go outside, we already fixed the part of the deck here and the deck here. And you can see here also where is the tree hit the house, and here is the fence. Okay, and the roof is already new here. Very difficult to see, but it's new. I fix it. They still need to fix here all the siding here. But as you can see here, the ceiling sheetrock is new. Actually, put it now here. And the issue here that here we really have a pattern, look like a flower with a texture. You can see here the texture. Okay, it looks like a flower. So I really need to recreate it here in this area, all over here. Okay, so that's what I want to show today, how I'm going to try to recreate it the same. If I will get a painter to do it, it will cost me like $500 or so. So I just want to do it myself after I learn how to do it from YouTube. So let me show you how I'm going to do it. So here I have these two tools here, two items that one of them I purchased from Home Depot, which is the brush here, which looks like a flower. And this one I actually purchased from Amazon. Okay, this is kind of an interesting thing. We need to clean it after that, but as you can see here, it's a roller. Okay, with have the pattern in it, and this is show you that one. This is a texture brush from www Text Master. You can buy it on Home Depot here, and it does also do the trick here. But it doesn't have consistency like this one. So I will try both of them, both of these tools. Wow, I put it here now. I will try both these items here, those tools, to try to recreate this flower texture on this ceiling. Okay, and you can see that the compound that they put, you can see it here. And here, it's not really perfect, but it's in purpose because we're going to put here compound before, and then we're going to actually make the pattern, the texture in the compound. That's the way we're doing it. So just let you show what's going on here. Okay. That's the way it looks. So that's what I want to show today. This is the compound I'm going to use. It's all-purpose USG. Now there's a couple of kind of compound. One of them is super light and stuff like that, but it's not all-purpose. So I thought better for me to buy this kind of compound in order to create this texture on the ceiling. But it might be that you can use the light one also. I'm not sure about that. So this is the drill I'm going to use. It's not exactly for a compound, but you know what, I can use it. Probably I will have to spin it more. So this is the drill I'm going to use. That's more for thin set and paint, but I didn't find the reason to go and buy a new bit to drill a compound. I thought maybe I can use this one, but just use it more time. So let's see how it's going to go. Okay, so let's see here. This is the compound here. I actually just open it and remove the nylon here. Okay, so you can see the compound, the way it's look. What we're going to do, we're going to put probably 1 gallon or 2 gallons of compound inside, and then we're going to mix it with a little bit of water. Okay, we can also mix it with paint. But there is a problem if you're going to mix it with paint. Sometimes what happens is if you mix it with paint, it will crack because the paint dries faster than the compound. so I cannot take this risk. So I will actually mix it with water, and then after that I will actually paint it. That's what I will do. So now what we're going to put half of the compound inside a bucket, as you can see here, and we will start mixing it.
It's okay, no?
Yeah, okay, so that's maybe it's okay.
No.
Yeah, might be okay. Okay.
Un chico más.
Maybe more, a little bit more. Okay, so as you know, our ceiling is not very big. It's probably maybe 9 by 9, so it's not a big, maybe 81 square foot. So I think the amount here, probably almost a quarter of this bucket, will be enough. So if not, we're going to add more. So let's start mixing it, because that's the most important, the way you're mixing it. As you can see, we're mixing it, mixing. So we're just replacing the battery here. And you can see we're mixing. But that's not going to be good enough. You need to add a little bit of water, and I'll tell you why. Okay, stop. I'm going to use this knife, it's really a bit stronger, and it's not it should be a little bit liquidy. If it's going to be like that, it's not going to work. So we have to actually put a little bit of water, but then when we're going to put water, we're going to be very careful that we don't going to put too much water. So let me show you how I'm going to put the water here. Using this bucket, as you can see, I put a little bit of water, maybe 8 ounces of water, and I'm going to actually slowly put the water in the bucket here, and we'll see what's going to happen. Because you don't really want to put all the water in the bucket, because then you're going to have too much water and it's going to be too much liquid, and it's not going to stick on the ceiling, and it will leak from the ceiling. So that's important. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually filling it slowly. Stop filling. Okay, we finished, and now we're going to test to see if it's okay. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I actually put water after I mix it. It's a little bit smoothie now, but not enough, So I will add a little bit more water. It's a little bit more, not a lot. And just adding a little bit of water here. And we see what will happen, because I need it really to be like a more smoothie, liquidish.
Okay?
Yes. So I'm actually going to use these two tools here. And remember, I actually wet these tools. You can see it's wet. You have to wet it before you're using it. And also this one is wet. So I wet all of them just to make sure I will be successful. So what we're going to do now, we're going to try it. So we're going to dip the rollers that you can see here, which is a 3/8 rollers. You can use 1/2 inch rollers, you can use 3/8. I would like to use a 3/8 because I think it's going to look better. I think 1/2 inch is a little bit too much. But let's see, because I have a 1/2 inch also here, so let's see how it will work with 3/8 of an inch. roller. So what you're going to do now, you're going to dip it in, and we're going to actually paint this sheetrock to see how it's going to look like. So you can see here what he's doing. You have to fill up everything, yes. It might need to be more water, but let's see. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, yes. So you have to it should be 1/8 of an inch. So let's see how it's going to look if I'm going to use these flowery things. You see, I'm using now this flower. So let's see how it's going to look. I just put it in, and it's not so great. Put it here. Also, it's not so great, but it looks like something. And I will try to use now this roller to see how it's going. So now I'm trying with the roller after I put the sheetrock, the compound here again, and this is the roller I'm trying. Let's see how it's works. Because I think it's not enough, and the thickness of the compound is not okay, so probably we need to put more water. But it actually looks nice.
Looks nice. It's my one.
Yeah, much more.
Good.
Much good.
Yeah.
Much better.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? This is by far better than the other brush. Wow, God, that's unbelievable. So I really see something, I really see the stuff here. You can see it, it's really interesting. So you know what, I'm not going to use this, you see this brush is really crap, in comparison with this, is no other comparison. Here you can see the flower, and in this one, I don't know, I can put it here. Well, you see, it's nothing. It's kind of crap. So you know what, we're going to use this. Because in this one, you really use this stuff, but you really need to use only one direction. I'm using it in both direction, it's only one direction. So you know what? I'm going to put a little bit more water there, because I think we need a little bit more, and we'll try it again. So let you know that I actually add a little bit more water, because it was difficult to put this roller inside, Now it's a little bit easier, you can see. So we try it again, because that's what I recommend to everyone, because there is no any formulation how much water to put and stuff. So I bet you what I would like to let you know is that you can actually test it on a piece of drywood. Drywood is not expensive, and before you see it, because all this stuff that you see on YouTube, most of them are professional people who are doing it, and you're going to do it probably the first time. So do what I'm doing, because then you're going to see a very good result. So that's why it's nice to try before you're actually putting on a ceiling, because after that it's going to be nightmare. So just remember, we had quite a bit of water from the beginning of the process, probably 8 ounces of water, something like that. So now we're going to try it again with the roller, because these kind of tools that we use, it's probably old, but it really doesn't do the job like the other one. So I by far better prefer to use these rollers. You can see the result, and it's very easy to use it. So we're going to start putting the compound again. You can see, and two directions, to make it. Okay, so now I'm going to use it, but remember now it's only one direction. I will go push it there, so let's see what happens. I push it there. And you can see the flower really. And you can go now from the other side here. And you can see very clear. Very clear. I want to show from close proximity how it looks like. And you can see the flower or this texture is like really appear here on the sheetrock. So I really prefer to use the roller. It's easy, and we can do actually the work properly with it. Okay, so we're starting to put the compound on the wall, as you can see here. Okay. You see, we're taking all the compound we can and just put. The compound must be at least 1/8 of an inch on this ceiling. So you want to make it a consistency like the same thickness all over. Okay, that's good. So now we're doing it in a different direction. You can see just to spread it properly. And after we spread it, we're going to put the pattern. Because you need to make it faster, otherwise it will make dry. That's why we make segment of the wall first. Now what I'm doing, I'm actually taking this roller here and I just, you can see the flower getting there. You know, you really need to press it on the wall, one direction. I'm going again here and the flower getting perfectly. You see here, I'm going again here. Only one direction, don't return back. Wow, it's working perfectly. And here, if you're going too fast, it will flip. So you have to go slow, remember. Okay, I'm coming again here. Here's another area that is missing. And you have to go slow. Just go slow. Okay. Now again here. Remember, if you go fast, it's not going to work. You have to go slow with this roller. Perfect, unbelievable. Here's another place you can see here. Very nice. And here's another place. So remember, here's where is the other sheetrock in the other sheetrock here. You can just go strongly here. And it's okay. Okay. So that's it for this segment. We continue with the next segment now. And let's see how it's happening. Until now, it's looking very nice. And believe me or not, I'm going to wash it now. And we're going to put a compound with the other 3/8 rollers, but this one has to be washed. So you go back on the same thing just to make it evenly. Okay, here I come again with these. Remember, I do it slowly because if you do it fast, it will glitch. And you really need to press it, you know. You have to press it quite a bit. Here's another area that somehow there is no flower, you can see it's here. Going back on the same direction, one direction only. Remember to make it slow, not fast. To make it fast is glitch. And press it because you really want the pattern to go inside. You really want the pattern to go inside the compound. You can see how nicely it's going here. Okay, start again here. And you have to be patient and slow. See how slow I'm moving? Really slow. That's the difference between this to the brush, which I don't think the brush worth anything anymore. I need to go more here. Here I have some kind of an area here. It's really interesting. What should I do here? I go like that or like that? It's weird, but let's try here like this. Yeah, you know what? It's actually working. Don't worry about dirty the wall. It's only 2 inch, but you really want to put some pattern here. Yeah, I'm putting a pattern. Okay, so we really are here at another area, it doesn't matter. Okay, so really finish it. So you finish with just cleaning with a bounty paper on the corners, you can see here. There's some compound here. We're just cleaning them. You can get them also with a brush, you know, but you know, just a wet bounty will clean. I want to show you the work here. So here's the way it's look now. You can see the flower here. How nice it's look. It's very easy to do it with these rollers. With a brush it's going to be impossible because this brush you saw before, it's really horrible. So you can see here all these nice pattern, a texture, and it will look like a texture. Look like a professional. So what we need to do now, we just need to let it dry for like 24 hours or so, more than that, and then we paint it with white color, and that's it, it's done. You can see how nice it looks. So I'm back here to the pattern we create here, as you can see here. So just want to repeat what I'm saying. Before you're going to use a roller, you can get an excellent result provided the compound going to be in the right consistency. So if you're not a professional, so you have to try it on, just add more and more water until you're going to see this kind of pattern on the compound. It's very easy to do. You just try a couple of times. Remember, this drywall doesn't cost a lot of money, probably like $3-4. So that's the way you're going to be very successful in this project.